Hello guys, attention please. How is your project going? Are you ready to share your updates from yesterday? Yay, I can hear. Yeah. Alright, let's do this. So now we have a time to share your projects. So how many of us? So we have 6 projects. So we have 6 projects. One is heading, one is the civic hacking, second is HIMA, adventure with Tata. Adventure with Tata, and then the third is also Tata. And then the fourth one is AHRCS landing site, and then Chihao, Chinese invention in Hong Kong, and then POCIO, online OEU guide. If you haven't signed up your project on this spreadsheet, please feel free to sign up. Okay, so Keirin, are you ready to share your projects? And then everyone, please come to pay attention to the front. So how would you like to?
Yes, we opened, the title was, hello everyone, good morning, I'm Keirin. I discussed this topic with our teammates and other people, and I will share this now. So the title was What is Civic Hacking? I figured out this, by the way, this collaboration tool is from Pakti. So, yeah, let me introduce later. So, I figured out common process to civic hack. So first of all, you are being angry at social or political problem, or figuring out the needs for something, then identify the problem and describe your emotion, then address that issue, then see what I can hack, or find people who can, or find people who are also angry, then create the prototype, then build online the solution, and I forgot to add, but open to other people to add or correct. And with this process, I also heard a lot of examples from some people, and I categorized it into 3 characteristics. First one is collaboration and contribution, and responsible but cool, and small but strong. So for the first one, there were these 2 quotes: hacking people's mind to make them personally, and everyone who wants to can join. First example was Isabel's example of this digital data archive. There have been documents about Taiwan stacked in the United States, and government people took photos and digitalized it to keep it. And they gathered Taiwanese students who to teach how to take photo and make them to contribute. So, second example was a website contributing on the preservation of Taiwanese language. There was a researcher who was angry at Taiwanese government's policy on Taiwanese language, but she didn't know what to do, and thought she didn't have any skill set for that. So PM5 helped listen to it and helped and opened it to public to contribute and refine it. And third example was GovZero's example of making stickers from this event. There was this
page.
Yes, and there were 3 keywords of each, so that we can figure out what they can do. And second characteristic was responsible but cool. There was this quote, civic sounds serious, hacking sounds cool. First thing which we feel responsible is, first example was there is serious political problem in Taiwan. So motivation was serious and closely related to survival of nation. And second example of this characteristic is typhoon. There is typhoon season, and some factories let toxic chemical water flow to rain. So he found it as a problem. So he started the open source project to make a timeline about it, so that calling this to Wikipedia for people who want to correct. And cool thing was that these are serious, but cool thing is that we're here to meet and hack, share the opinions. I think it's cool, so I put it here. Third one is Small Bus From. It's about the daily life thing. It's about people and our life, so it's close to us. Not something that we big, or I think it doesn't need to be big or something really big. So the process of technical thing, I think that this is my definition, but it's open result. So the process of technical thinking itself to make people participating and solve their own big and small problems. If you want to participate into defining what is civic hacking, please sign up for Party XYZ and some more examples or definitions of yours. Thank you. I'm sorry, there is Google Docs as well that you can add, so in case you don't have to sign up. So yeah, please add some of your opinions.
Thank you. So what is the license? What is the license of the document? The license?
No,
license.
If people want to contribute, what's the copyright?
Creative Commons license?
I'm not familiar with the concept.
Okay.
If there is
we can talk about that.
Yeah.
Any other questions? Are we good? All right. Thank you.
Next is Tata. Are you ready to share your project? All right, please come to the front. Seems like there are 2 Tata. Okay. All right.
So here I can bring you another adventures. So this might give you some examples. Okay. So as a traveler, I was wondering how I can join the Tata culture. Okay. So here, today is a good day to visit. I heard there are decent service for Tata. I can have a local clean out the beach and through this service. Okay, so continue. And so I go to a local family mart to get a bag, and there is 2 ways to get a garbage bag. To pay 5,000 yen and to get one. Or I can get a sponsored bag through the help with Tada. So maybe there is something I'm mistaken, so maybe you can, okay, so it's fine. Okay. So I choose this section. And so I go to the beach, have some fun. And when I'm about to come back, just a second. Ouch. Okay. Oh no. How to scroll? I lost the ability to scroll. Okay. So when I'm about to come back, I collect garbage with bags. Right? So continue. So on my way back, I turn in my bag to Family Mart. I enjoy the view of the beach and help to keep it clean as well. So here's a question to Tada. Can I return the bag to different Family Mart? So I have to bring it back to the same Family Mart I bring back. So if I were a traveler, I use the service. I was hoping I can different Family Mart. Yes, that is very convenient for me. So continue. That is the great day I hope you know. The end. Thank you.
Do you want to come up to the phone?
Yeah, I changed the slide.
Hello everyone. I'm very thanks Team Up doing a very interesting trip. Today, on top yesterday's our progress. We a bit renew the flow. So basically, if you are a player, we have many different roles in this Tada project. So in this, in the beginning, this is visitor, and the partner you can think about now is Family Mart. So the plan is when you go to Okinawa, you can pay 500 yen, and the 500 yen will give 250 to Tada platform continuously running. And 250 yen for the partner, which is very much right now. So you get Tada back, and you go to the beach, enjoy your trip, and collect the trash. So the problem is in Japan there's no trash can on the street, so you cannot throw the when you collect garbage, you cannot throw anywhere. You have to get back to a place. So this is Tada's home. So after you clean the beach, get back to Family Mart, and then it's okay. Just finish your work. You get happy and beach clean and partners happy. But one problem is that there's no motivation for visitor to come because he paid and he get nothing. So there's an important role called sponsor. Sponsor means you're at home, but you want to support beach clean, so you can pay 500 yen on Tada platform. So 500 yen will first of all give a free. Any people can take Tada back in Family Mart. So 200, this is first one, and so pay for 200 yen to the partner. When visitor want to visit Okinawa, he can find is there any bag I can use. So it's a match, and he can find somebody some sponsors want to make Okinawa more clean, so he can get a free bag to clean the beach and then give back to, he can get a free bag on Family Mart in this floor. So he clean and then give back. And this is everybody happy. So this is basically the Tada's plan. Also, we made 2 new pages. This is the first one. Yesterday, you can see we have 2 pages now. Yesterday page is, oops, wait. This is for prayers. A bit slow. Is Wi-Fi okay? Not really. Okay. Yesterday, everybody see this page. This is for prayers, and we made a page for sponsors. Maybe wait a little bit. Let's see this first. So we have a very clever young hackers. She made by Adobe XD, and we use GIF to record it. So this is basically the demo of the app. So very clever. So you can choose to click play or support, and this is the flow. Yeah. Basically, if you play, just click play, so you can get. Yeah, you can get some supporters. You can get feedback, and start to search the Family Mart to get back. Yeah, and then he will leave some messages for you. And then if you are a sponsor, you can click support and then choose to how many pics or how many money you want to donate. Yeah, and then you can leave some message for the people who want to clean beach. Yeah. Finally, yeah, this is a sponsor page for sponsor to help beach clean together, and yeah. So showing some information. This is a demo page, but we made it today. Yeah. So basically that's it. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the next is Haru. No, sorry. AHRCS, the yours?
Buenas noches, Samuel González.
Hello everyone. We website and update the content. For so far we have English or Chinese and okay, and Korea and Japan. Every language have only have one URL. Yeah. And the content is Markdown content. So if you find any error, you can click the GitHub. Create issue or create a pull request. You can find a README and sorry, error. Here you can find a README and language like English. Okay, we can fix this content and auto deploy to web page. Yeah, in here. And thank you all your for Korea and Mickey. Yeah. Thank you.
so the next is Joel.
Again, please see the screen. Oh, maybe I can fix this. Here. Oh no. Okay. It's okay. Okay, let me introduce Nowhere. This is the application for the people who want to provide paper maps. So this is our team. Thank you, Ayane and Mirai-san, to help me to build this application. Initially, this project was started from helping people who are evacuating from the big flood over in Hiroshima Prefecture. And at that time, many people evacuated to the temporary houses, and they needed to know where is the place they can get the water supplies or public baths. So some of the people started the cloud mapping. They collected the location where is the public baths where people can use, or laundries, or water supply place. But the one issue there was it's not easily used by the elder people, or even people have to find out the nearby places. Almost people don't need all of the information in like this. And also they wanted to print out the maps and hand out to people, but it was difficult to print out one page. So that was a Google My Maps program. So we built the application like this. People can print out only the area they need, and they can see the list of the places, so easily can find where is it. And also they can hand out to this paper and put this paper on the map. And today, so the good point of this is everybody can use this because of paper, and it can be used as a handout and get printouts in the convenience store. And this is artificial Google My Maps download KML and upload the website. So so this is the image of the design mock-up. So people can create new one and see the existing map. And I built this, maybe. Not like the fancy design, but multiple map support, and Mirai-san made a Okinawa campsite map. Yeah, and of course you can see the number is also changed, and the list is also changed and categorized. So Mirai-san can use this from today. Okay, so yeah, but there are still something we have to build. The further tasks obviously UI design is needed and upload the UMAP files to Amazon S3. I have not built this. Still, people have to upload this content to the GitHub. It is not user friendly, so I have to implement. And also, login features will be needed. So yeah, please join if you want to contribute. Thank you very much.
I'm the next one, Jihao. So this morning I woke up and had breakfast and then I didn't have much time. So maybe there's not a lot of progress on this, but I did add some things. And I think some other people added something as well. I don't know who they are, but thank you. Yes, of course. It's our friends from Hong Kong. Yeah, so I added some things that I have known, just like the individual visits that Chinese people can take from their home cities to Hong Kong, and that made Hong Kong tourists grow from 6 million in 2002 to 40 million in 2013. Those are Chinese visitors to Hong Kong, so a very dramatic growth that brought a lot of tourism money to Hong Kong, but a lot of social problems. And then also birth tourism was a very very important issue in Hong Kong. Is that in Chinese we say 双非, which means double negative. So both parents are not Hong Kong citizens, but they can go to Hong Kong and give birth to a baby. Because of Hong Kong law, that baby now is a Hong Kong citizen. So I did a little bit of Googling, and then from 2001 to 2012, before there's restriction, 200,000 babies were born in Hong Kong. That has both parents Chinese citizens, or maybe one of them Chinese. So that is also changing the population structure in Hong Kong. And then this is, I think it's also on Taiwanese news, is that Hong Kong people can't buy baby formula for their baby. So the milk powder shortage issue, that's also I think from the parallel trading on the borders between Hong Kong and Shenzhen. So people will bring small quantities of things like baby formula or other everyday life items back to China and sell them for a profit. So that's an issue as well. And then I haven't had the time to do the writing about the Hong Kong Express Rail link that is being built, or is it finished? Gaotie.
Not really finished, or reworking.
Reworking?
No, I mean like start transporting.
Oh right, it's already finished.
Yes.
So it's a big controversy in Hong Kong as well. And this. Do you want to talk about this?
So talk about the university in Hong Kong. So we have the vice president in University of Hong Kong. So but because so he's quite a fair person, and then but however, so the government and the pro-government side think that he's from a democratic background. So that means that they really want, because they want to have some influence power in Hong Kong University. So that means that the more they can push, the more democratic people they can remove, the better it is. So that's why the appointment of the vice president became a chaos. Like we have different kind of like voting, we have different kind of conflict, and then finally the appointment is being denied. So this is one of the very good, very significant example, like how the Chinese government, how the Hong Kong government trying to intercept or really corrupt the freedom which supposedly in Hong Kong for like 100 years.
Right. And then down here there's elections and politics, and this is an incident that even people in Taiwan knows about.
So this is another stupid thing happened in Hong Kong in 2016. So every 4 years we have a Congress election, and after that, so around 60% of the votes comes from to support the Democratic. So after those, we call the lawmaker or councillor being elected, and then they need to like do the oath. So by saying that, yeah, I do the best for everything. So and then so at that time, so 6 lawmakers tried to express their political stance by their speech. So however, so one of the very like controversial things that the Chinese government think that they don't really respect China, and then they don't really respect the Legislative Council. So by that means they're being disqualified. All 6 people being disqualified. So and then now right now in 2019 the majority of the council or the Congress will be the pro-government lawmakers. So that's why we have different kind of law and the amendment being passed very soon.
Right. So we were talking because now someone's also helping to translate.
Yeah.
And we're talking like the Chinese government's control over Hong Kong. It's because Hong Kong right now has a chief executive, which is sort of the president, that is pro-China. And they also have a legislature, which is also pro-China. The majority of the lawmakers are pro-China. And now they're trying to pass this amendment to the extradition law to allow Chinese reach into their legal system. So we know that every country has 3 branches of power, and now China has 2, and then they're trying to get the 3rd one, sort of. So that's sort of what we're looking at here. And then more cases about the national anthem law, to promote patriotism. And then, of course, the extradition law that friends from Hong Kong are going to fly back to Hong Kong and join the protest today. Yeah. So I guess this is just a list and it's uncompleted. Maybe do you still want to say something? We have time, I think. About today's protest or about.
So today in the afternoon, 2:30 p.m. In Hong Kong Causeway Bay, we will have a protest on the extradition amendment. So to say that stupid thing, anyone could pass to Hong Kong, but doing something kind of sensitive to the mainland China, for example, like some independence or some social activities, so they will potentially be transported to the mainland China if the amendment being passed. So that's why we want to raise the public awareness, not just in Hong Kong, but any other place in the world. So, yeah.
Okay. Anything else? Cool. No. All right. So thank you. Thank you.
we have very large process because when we were drinking last night, Excel was writing a code. So we made this form and we do a little bit translation this morning, and that's Excel showed his work.
Last day we have a time map preparation, and this is have some problem. It's not sure for mobile, and mostly it's not support internationalization, and hard to figure out overview. So we created new version of this, and always 3D looks better than 2D. So we have a list, and also this is a mobile friendly, and you can see your own language if you have translation.
Can you click it again? Can you click something again? Can you click something else?
Yeah, that's it.
I start to learn the story in other countries as well. Yeah.
And you can add your own language.
The next is online Okiku guy. Let's go.
Hello everyone, I'm Masumi. So our project is Poverty of Children in Okinawa. This is our team. So I want to stop the chain of poverty. The information from the government is complicated, so people confused. Still difficult to get the information. Guide to utilize social resources. So we made a website. Online Okiku guide, but this is unofficial. So the website that got the name POCO 矢部さんが作りました。So Poverty of Children Okinawa. And then, so if you put some word, どこにマウスがいるIf you put words, example, example, 一人親 means is a single parent. And you can see there some support you can use. And then choose the, and then you can see the what you get if you use the support, also what you need. Also we made どこに行ったかなはい。Also, we have recommendation. If we put, so you can take annual income, also number of children, and age of children. And then you can see some information for you. But we're still working on it, so we cannot use. So we did making the website today, but we still need more time, also more information about Okinawa. So I wanted to continue making the website, but the time was really wonderful opportunity for me. So thank you for helping me. ありがとうございました。
So thank you, everybody. That was the end of the presentation. Is there anybody who wants to present here? Okay, so.
Can I add more time? Sorry.
Sure.
Because I forgot to, maybe some country we can show the case about like the female struggle in Taiwan, Korea, and Japan. So, what I saw first. So, like, we have so I think it's in 1996. At 1996, we have the first Sexual Abuse Prevention Act, and the act was passed because one of the very famous feminist politicians, she was killed and found naked and stabbed several knives in Kaohsiung. So that's really outraged the female organization protest. So we passed a law, and further after that we start to have like gender equality committee in education committee and so on. So that's one of the very large events in Taiwan. We put it on the map of Taiwan. So anyone from Japan or Korea want to share, like, you want to share a story, or I explain the story? You want to say about the stuff? Do you want to talk about the same family name thing? Or anyone from Japan want to talk about it? Like,
yeah, because I really because I was studying Japan, I really love Japan. And because I'm a female, so I always feel struggle when I was in Japan. Not now, because we have COC. Yeah, so what I want to share actually is what I share with Shaoban is the competition. I don't know how to describe it in English. The Supreme Court of Japan. There was a judge about can people keep their family name after they get married? Yeah. So in 2016, I think there was a suit in Supreme Court, but judges keep hold the verdict to like is not obeying the Constitution because it's reasonable that because you can choose to follow your husband's family name or your wife's family name, so it doesn't matter about the sexual equality, but everyone knows everyone is because I think in Japan everyone call your name in your family name. So as I cannot believe that once a day everyone suddenly calling me a different name, and on Facebook my friend get married and everyone changed their name, so I cannot find them since that. Yeah, so that's I shared to Shaoban, and I think she feel impressed about that, and because I think in East Asia, women's rights is quite like a little bit difficult, and people are trying hard to break the wall between it's not really big, only about female. It's also about males that you can the sexual yeah, so I hope we can go together and have more, because when I check on Wikipedia, I find out it's not only a verdict, it's more like this kinds of movement started maybe the beginning of 20th century, but it's still like this. But maybe it's because I'm born in Taiwan, so we feel very natural to like my family have different family name. Is still my family. I don't care. But maybe here they will feel, oh, it's weird to have a different family name in family, because I know in Germany they have the same issue. Yeah. So thank you.
And then, did you want to come? Yeah, or me. Share one case from Korea and we can lunch.
Okay. Actually, similar cases we have. So we should follow some official document. The family documents is a man and the dog is a female. Is the only family owner or family leader. I don't know the word. Family title is based on father names, but we change it, the law. Mother can be the family title, yes. And also is a crime, is a sexual crime by a man. So few years ago we have the homicide in front of the Gangnam Station, and so we people feel that is a female is hating from over the online platform, so they always hate a female. Oh, we should like this. It does the slang is always happen. So we felt that a female is a march against the crime, and why hate women? So we do the black march. Yeah, black march. Do like this, and we against to the sexual harassment in university or other work. So we do like this. Now is keep going. So you can participate in Seoul. Anywhere if you need information, about the Smartest. Yes, so please notice to me, and I will give the information for you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. So next is we're gonna have a lunch, and then we are pretty much reaching to the end of the event. So before we move on to lunch, I'd like to hear some thoughts or like how you are feeling. So does anybody wants to share your experience or your feelings through this event? Would you like to share your how you felt through the event? Feelings. Emotions. Please.
This is the most serious working daytime and crazily drinking nighttime event I have ever been. And it surprised me that some people come here by 9. Today, raise your hand. You are not normal.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yes.
Who want to be?
I think everyone rocks
Yeah.
in this event. Yeah. Thank you for all organizers.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. This is my first time coming to this kind of event. This is my actually first time to see a bunch of creators. You guys are like people who I see on the movie, spy movies. Especially. So first, I was very nervous coming here, because oh my god, what do I talk? But it was overwhelming whole experience. Internationally, I was so overwhelmed. I am overwhelmed because Tata is my new project. I'm going 100%. Then, before I start, I already saw the picture because you guys made it. So I really want to thank you, and Tata is really happening. So please look forward next move. And today I believe we can make world better together. Thank you very much.
I think we still have some more time. Maybe one more person. Come on.
没有
Any male?
Yeah, share your feelings. Yeah. Share your feelings. Share your feelings.
Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Men can be emotional too.
Yes. I don't know, I am so grateful for this time. So it's nice time to nice time. And then I got many experience and then narratives. I know there are human rights court in Taiwan, and then video of the cat incident. We Japanese don't know about what. And then I have to share. We can change the world by tech, by law, by your activity, and we want to one thing.
we want better the world. Maybe we have one thing. Then thanks for the attendees and then organization and then community and the people and then I'm so enjoy and then I bring to my hometown Aomori and share this experience and then you guys also? You guys also? You guys also?
Yes!
Yeah. And then thanks. 谢谢。
For information, Aomori is like 1,000 kilometers away from Okinawa, or maybe more than that. Yeah, so even from that far area, we had attendees from the place. I think that's really beautiful thing. I think. Okay, before moving to lunch, actually we have one more thing. I know you guys are hungry, but let's take a group photo. Before everybody leaves. So how should we do this? Where should we stand? People from Lagoon, do you have any suggestion to take a group photo?